I was gonna say, but why don't I just bring her out? And I want to bring her out in. It's my chance to do my Don Pardo impression. He was an announcer in the '70s on SNL. Please welcome Lorraine Newman.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming.
Thank you.
It's been a rough week.
It has, yeah.
We were talking backstage about I hazarded a guess, but without realizing that, of course, you knew him because you were on Metalocalypse, that we lost our friend John Schnepp. I don't know how many of you are familiar with him. We're in L.A. It's just, what kind of host brings you out and then just drops that on you? I don't know. How are you doing?
Happy days. I'm doing great.
Okay, so let's talk about our dead friend.
Now.
Okay, no, I just like I wanted to eulogize him a little bit because I always feel like sociopathic when I don't know, like I remember the color of the floor when I found out that that he had just boom, like crazy stroke.
Yeah, it does feel like life turns on a dime because I was just saying that I saw Hereditary with him 3 weeks ago.
And then you just, there's this tremendous guilt. Now you're talking about someone in the past tense, but I think it's just everything about it feels awful. So I don't know why I thought that was podcasting dynamite, but I also don't know what my job is. But just because I see people's Instagrams and stuff, and I just wanted to lend our voice to his
I think
eulogy.
that there's some people when they die, it's like But with him, you can't.
I think that's important to acknowledge. You're right.
Believe it. I can't believe that he passed away. He was so, just vibrant and, but so that's, I think, the difference.
He was such I think he epitomized workaholism, right? I mean, this is a city driven by workaholics, and I'm trying to get over that in therapy, but like John was both cautionary tale and role model, and I mean, he just kept working, and he just loved sitting in front of his Avid and like making crazy shit. And like every anecdote about him, from Adult Swim to everywhere else he's worked as like an editor, like it's every anecdote is about coming into the office at 9 a.m. and he's been there all night and he's created some ridiculous, elaborate thing that they can't even use in the show.
He's a consummate artist. I mean, really, he really lived to create art.
So yeah, we love you, John. I hope you're listening. I hope that's how the universe works. Unless that's all it is. Unless you're just vapor.
Heaven
and you have
is
to
just
listen.
People listening to podcasts.
That's awful. Then sign me up for atheism.
Yeah,
if it's just listening to shit in your local area for forever.
Yeah.
Oh, and then the whole planet goes away, and you're just like, hello.
Yeah.
And you can't even hear the other people. You can't even look forward to your friends.
Or you only just get the intros to the podcast. Just the intros where people vamp for 20 minutes and you want to kill yourself.
Noted.
So we don't know what that's like at all here in Harmontown.
On the off chance that you're listening, John, I guess part and parcel of it is it's narcissistic to feel guilty about like, I didn't talk to you enough, I wasn't close enough, and all that stuff. But whatever.
I don't think it's narcissistic. It's just kind of regret.
Yeah.
That we don't value people while they're here. No, I'm totally kidding, and it really wasn't worth it.
Well, if you weren't kidding, what would you have meant? Would that have been a dire warning to me, or a? Or
I know things, Dan. I know things.
It sounded like a threat.
I think she was saying that you didn't value John while he was here, and that's your giant blunder in life.
Yeah, I mean, I have a feeling I make that blunder with just about everybody. I mean, Rob certainly, there he goes.
No, I just learned to appreciate, I'll just think of someone, and I'll text them that I'm thinking of them. And that in itself, I think...
You text the memory of them?
Not to heaven.
I thought you meant... Okay.
In terms of, acknowledging people while they're here. I think it's just so nice to do that now. And it's because...
Your texts are usually you up?
Just to you, honey.
Thank you.
I have started a new policy of do that, like because the the positive version of your friends unexpectedly passing is in this town. Your friends blow up. They like become super famous. They're like on the cover of Time magazine or something one day, and the other day you were like having coffee with them, and like I feel like our instinct, probably not yours. You seem like you're more grounded.
Oh, I'm a saint.
But my instinct used to be like, well, they don't want to, last thing they need is some schlub texting them and saying, remember it back here?
Yeah, but that's so valuable to them.
Yeah, and it's like also like, what if they get nominated for something or something? It's like oh, the idea that they don't want you to, that's so narcissistic. Like that's just ego. Like, oh, they don't want to hear me say good job on that music video.
It's afraid of being vulnerable.
Yeah, because you don't want the silence to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think any chance to acknowledge people and your appreciation of their work is not wasted, and it's not about you. You don't look foolish. You don't look. You're not open to some sort of, put down just because you've acknowledged, a congratulations to someone or something like that.
Do you have you coped with? Whatever. Have you?
Well, I mean,
you're like, I'm carving out your grim, like Dan. You've given me a sandbox of cat turds to play with. I made Xanadu, and now you're gonna knock it over when they're like, good job.
No, all I'm trying to say is, don't be too cool to let people know that you appreciate them.
Yeah, and I just got that now. I
can.
Like, so, no, I just
so
like 6 months I got that recently.
So I can start texting you again?
Yeah, I mean, it's nice to hear from you. So, yeah.
It'd be good to hear.
I'm warming up to you. I told you at the top of the show.
Am I on mute? Did you mute my handle?
No.
You were so busted.
Have you where are you at with mortality? I'm sorry I keep handing you these gems.
For it. I'm for mortality.
Well, that's a safe bet.
I'm 4 days away.
I just kind of do you
Like I can't talk a lot, so my jokes have to be short and stupid.
Where am I with mortality?
Yeah, do you push it to the...
I have complete denial about it.
Oh, good. That's refreshing. Thank you.
Yeah. I'm not going to die. I'm not going to get old, even though I hurt like hell.
Fantastic.
Every morning. And what could that be? What's wrong? Oh, you're old.
You know what? Can we enter a unique friendship where we back each other up on this? You're never going to die, Lorraine Newman. I fucking got your back. Like now lie to me and let's be just best friends about this.
We're going to be the exceptions.
Because, science every day, science with the science.